it's impossible for there not to be some holy moments on Saturday night.
Dana, great to see you again.
Good to see you again too.
Look at this smiling face. It's a big
Thanks
week.
for coming out.
It's big week.
I'm great. I'm in a great headspace. Everything is dialed in and ready to roll, and now we're at the point where it's up to the fighters. The torch gets handed off to them, and they got to go in and make it happen.
You've had many significant moments on this mad journey with the UFC, and it feels like this is another one. Obviously, with the new TV deal over here in the States, a lot of eyeballs are going to be watching it. Are you feeling that? Are you feeling that this is quite a big, significant time for the company?
Yeah, I think that every time that we've sort of leveled up.
Yeah.
Every time that we've done a new deal, and when you go from Spike to Fox, massive, huge. You go from Fox to ESPN, and now this Paramount Plus deal is something that I had thought about, all throughout my career. Streaming where lots of people could watch the same thing at the same time on the same channel, and these guys are really aggressive. They're really smart, and they're really excited to be in business with the UFC. So all of those things have made me and my team even more excited, and we're looking really forward to this. But I've been saying this, the slate is clean. We have to go in and we have to deliver now.
Did this significant moment, and obviously the amount of eyeballs that could be watching this, play when you were obviously talking about matchmaking and making fights and thinking about who could be that main event?
Well, there's a lot of different things that play into what's going to be the main event, co-main, and on the card, timing and personal issues and whatever it may be. When we were in making that fight, Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje was the fight for the interim title, and Gaethje's never been in a boring fight. Paddy Pimblett is always the underdog, and everybody thinks he's going to lose, yet he's undefeated in the UFC. And she was just telling me a minute ago, which is fascinating, that Paddy is actually the favorite in this fight. So interesting. And the winner will fight Topuria.
Of course. There's going to be a lot of first-time viewers to the UFC. With that in mind, tell us what we're getting with Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett.
Yeah, well, I think the O'Malley Song Yadong fight too, and many other fights on the card. Matchmaking is what it's all about. So on paper, this card is insane. The main event is insane. The O'Malley Song Yadong fight is insane. But now it's got to play out that way. Now the guy's got to go in and deliver. It should be an incredible card for people who haven't watched in a while. And, our library is up on Paramount Plus, and we're like 35 of the top 50, something like that. Don't quote me on that one. They threw a number at me and were saying how impressive it was, but it shows that people are already in there, and they're watching the library and watching all the old fights or catching up with stuff they might have missed. It's going to be interesting.
You've dealt with so many big names and personalities. What, in your opinion, makes a star?
Well, first and foremost, can you fight? Can you fight? Can you break into the top 10, top 5, top 3? And obviously, can you be a world champion? I say this all the time. You could be a deaf mute, okay? If you can fight your ass off, people are going to love you. Now, if you can do that and you have the Conor McGregor or the Ronda Rousey or, even in Chuck Liddell's era, Chuck had this way about him. A lot of different things make people a star, but the one thing that only matters is, can you fight?
With that then in mind, what is that extra little bit of something that Paddy's got?
Yeah, well, Paddy's got what all the other stars I mentioned have. He always finds a way to win. He's not afraid to fight anybody, and he's great on camera. His entrance is always great and energetic and exciting, and yeah, he has all the tools to be a star. The question is, can he be a world champion?
We'll find out on Saturday, won't we?
Yes, we will. That's the fun of this whole thing.
Regarding the matchup, and as I keep referring to the amount of eyeballs that are going to be on the product at the weekend, is Justin Gaethje the absolutely perfect person to put in a main event because of the way that he fights? He's kind of the epitome of what the Ultimate Fighting Championships is all about, isn't he?
I agree. And when people make the decision to stay home on Saturday, and you go into a main event with a guy who just comes out guns a-blazing, you're never going to be disappointed. Guy's never been in a bad fight.
You've announced, obviously, back-to-back numbered events as well. Australia next week, and then in March, obviously, we've got the BMF title. Regarding going back-to-back with the numbered events, how challenging has that been of being able to put those two events on different sides of the world and obviously get the momentum for the start of the new year?
We're at a point now with this machine where we can do anything. We can literally do it. I'm doing a boxing match tomorrow. Saturday we're going to do a UFC event, which is going to pull an $11 million gate, and then we're going to go to the other side of the world and do it again, and then all through 26 between, for me, boxing, UFC, power slap, and now jiu-jitsu. I mean, I'm running 4 different companies at the same time and all over the world, and different times, different days. Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a year.
What are you seeing as the biggest challenge about putting an event like that on at the White House?
There's so many. There's a laundry list of challenges. First of all, the South Lawn slopes like this. Let's start there. There's only a certain amount of people you can get in, and then, Secret Service. I've been to the White House a million times, right? And I get a lot of leeway at the White House. Everybody knows I'm not there to hurt anybody. So when we bring in 4,500 people that night, plus all the production staff and everybody that has to be a part of the event, this is going to make this. There's 2 things. What the Sphere cost is like chump change that you throw in your ashtray compared to what this is going to cost, number 1. And number 2, logistically pulling this off is insane.
Is that the biggest stress? Because I've no doubt every single fighter's probably reached out to you wanting to be on that card. The matchups is what you guys specialize in, but actually logistically putting that thing on.
Yes.
Is
building the card, all the other stuff, actually putting the event on. Plus, our normal lighting rig, right? Anywhere we go in the world, the normal lighting rig, I want nothing to do with that. I don't want to see it. I don't want, we have screens. I don't want to see screens. The only thing I want to see is the White House, right? And then when the fight goes the other way, the Washington Monument. That's it. Those are the only 2 things I want to see. I want to see a screen, a lighting grid, any of that stuff. So we had to build a special, which is still being built. Craig Borsari, my head of production, yesterday, he has these renderings of, this is how detailed we are on this stuff. He has a rendering of like the actual trees that are on the South Lawn. Everything is laid out. We actually we'll know where the sun is. When the video plays, it'll show us where the sun is every 30 minutes. The list goes on and on. And plus, the team that we have leading up to the White House, the weather, we'll know the weather, weeks in advance. This is pretty. It's pretty.
You're enjoying the challenge, though, aren't you?
Yeah,
I could see.
Love this stuff. Love it.
Would you say then pulling that off would be the best thing that you've ever done?
No doubt about it. Sitting here right now talking to you, the Sphere is. Yes. This will be, and it makes the Sphere look like finger painting. Seriously, this pulling this off makes the Sphere look like finger painting. You have to have a good live event. If I get everybody in this room to stay home on Saturday night, I don't want you turning off the TV and going, should have done something else.
On Saturday night, they won't be turning off the TV because we've got a hell of a main event. Just to finish, I know that's kind of outside of the controllables for you. You control the production, but it's down to the guys once the door shuts.
It's impossible for there not to be some holy moments on Saturday night. It's impossible. But I don't ever take it for granted, The Sphere show wasn't great. The Sphere show was great. The Sphere fights were not great. It happens.
Here's to another year of moments then.
Thanks. Thanks for having me.